So, to give you that well-pronounced sweetness to your milk drink, I chose a lactose-free milk that I concentrated to 60%. Lactose-free milk has simple sugars that's easier to perceive in our tongue compared to complex sugars. This will bring you a well-pronounced sweetness to your milk course. And when this milk interacts with the floral characteristics of my coffee, it will give us a flavor of orange marmalade. Today's recipe, I'm using 20 grams of coffee to extract 50 grams of espresso, and using a ratio of 1 part of espresso is to 3 parts of milk. This ratio will bring you a creamy textural experience. To enjoy your milk course, please use the spoons in front of you to stir the milk drink 3 times in a circular motion, and please place these spoons at the black cups beside your tray. Now for your milk course, please try the following flavors: dulce de leche, honey. You also have orange marmalade and vanilla wafer. This milk drink will have a creamy and coating experience. Together with a lingering finish of dulce de leche and a coating experience. Please enjoy. In case you missed any of those flavors, there are menu cards in front of you to guide you. Enjoy. This drink reminds me of my favorite childhood dessert called dulce de leche. I specifically steamed this milk to a comfortable drinking experience for you. It reminds me of my favorite childhood dessert called dulce de leche because of its sweetness and texture. Enjoy. Because of the feedback I've learned from our consumers enjoying a lot of sweetness and a great texture in their milk course, we're able to bring you a milk beverage that has a lot of sweetness and tastes like dessert. Enjoy. I'll be right back. The feedback that I hear from most consumers enjoying their espresso is that they love it when an espresso has a lot of sweetness, a great texture, and a wonderful taste balance. After relaying this feedback to our roaster, he created a roast profile that increases the extraction efficiency of my coffee. He did this by applying a higher heat at the early phase of the roast, expanding the volume of the bean. That will lead to a higher extraction efficiency. And this roast profile will bring you, please write, a medium-high acidity. a medium-high sweetness, and a medium bitterness. Now, to maximize this extraction, I'm using a recipe of 20 grams of coffee to extract 50 grams of espresso, and a group head temperature of 96 degrees Celsius. This recipe and temperature will bring you, please write the following flavors: mandarin orange, orange blossom, honey, and apricot. Now for our first two courses, the milk course and espresso, I chose these pink colored cups because the color pink increases our perception of sweetness. This is for me to further elevate that customer experience. The thick walls of these cups have a specific design so that this will bring you, please write, low to medium in weight. And you will also notice that the cups are chilled. I froze these cups earlier because this will bring us a silky and coating textural experience. For our espressos, please evaluate the crema first. Don't drink the coffee just yet. This coffee tastes best at a cooler temperature. The overall cup design and its temperature will bring you a lingering finish of candied orange and a coating sensation. Because of the feedback loop, starting from our consumers to me as a barista, we're able to bring you all the way to our roaster. We are able to bring you an espresso that has a lot of sweetness, an outstanding texture, and a wonderful taste balance. To enjoy this espresso, please stir it 5 times back and forth, and please place these spoons at the black cups beside your tray. Now enjoy. Thank you. My role as a barista is not just to listen to the feedback of our consumers, but also translate this feedback to the heart of our coffee industry, our coffee producers. For our signature beverage, this represents the feedback loop, starting from the more adventurous consumers enjoying those distinct floral characteristics, all the way to our coffee producers. This is the most important part of our coffee industry. For today's experience, I chose to serve you a geisha varietal from the Altieri family, located in Alto Quel, Boquete, Panama. Now, please start flipping your menu cards to the other side. Thank you. I chose this geisha varietal that's produced by Eugene Altieri because of its sweetness, its outstanding texture, and those floral and citrus characteristics. Eugene Altieri fermented this coffee for 5 days with organic yeast. This fermentation process increases the sweetness intensity of this geisha varietal. Eugene then moved these geisha cherries inside a cold room environment to dry for 38 days. This drying technique increases the sweetness intensity of this geisha. Eugene Altieri practices a farming philosophy by listening to the feedback of his land in Boquete, and this inspired me for my signature beverage today. So I'm going to use ingredients that are sourced from the Altieri farm, starting with the main ingredient, the Altieri Geisha Espresso. Using 100 grams of this will be the base of our signature beverage. This espresso has a lot of those, this ingredient has a lot of those floral and citrus characteristics. And the next 3 ingredients represent the full cycle of coffee. This will also transform the flavors of our wonderful espresso, starting with the first part of the farm cycle, the coffee blossom brew. Using 50 grams of this coffee blossom brew will give us a flavor of cherry blossom, transforming that orange blossom that we tasted earlier. I made this by using 5 grams of coffee blossom flower to steep with 200 grams of water for 40 minutes. Next ingredient, this is the middle of the cycle, the coffee cascara cordial. Using 80 grams of this will give us a flavor of dark plums. I made this by using 50 grams of coffee cascara from the Altieri farm to boil with 200 grams of water for 2 hours. Last ingredient, filter coffee concentrate. This is where the cycle ends. This ingredient is inspired by the home brewers experimenting different recipes. Using 40 grams of this will transform that mandarin orange flavor that we tasted earlier to tamarind and caramelized orange. I made this by using 150 grams of Altieri Geisha ground coffee mixed with equal parts of sugar, white sugar, and 200 grams of water to slowly strain for 20 minutes. Now all of these ingredients together will be mixed in this canister filled with frozen rocks. And then I'm going to infuse it with nitrogen to bring us a creamy texture and a cold drinking experience. I'm going to give it a few shakes first. Excuse me. Now for your signature beverage, please write the following flavors that you'll find. You will enjoy cherry blossom, dark plums, tamarind, caramelized orange, and a creamy mouthfeel with a coating experience. This drink is a creation of feedback. Feedback from nature to the producer, from consumer to the barista, from barista to the roaster, from roaster all the way to the producer. To enjoy this cold, refreshing beverage, please swirl it 5 times right after I call my time. The feedback of others has brought me to be here with you today. I believe that feedback is a sound that the industry should start listening. I have been learning to listen to feedback, and I believe it's the coffee industry's perfect time.